how quiet it is? And that's without, yeah, no microphone. We haven't put it on mute. Isn't this beautiful? Look at these mountains behind me. I'm loving this place. This has now been my 4th time here. I've been all over probably half of the state of Nevada, and we're ready to go, everybody. I'm Randy Jones with Incredible Tiny Homes, and I'm here in Nevada, in Crystal, Nevada, a little bitty town. We've got local people that are from Las Vegas that never heard of Crystal. I bet it's probably got 52.5 people that live here, and it is cool. All right, we're 27 miles from Pahrump. This is where there's a Home Depot, there's restaurants. I think it's the county seat. We're in Nye County. So there's been a couple questions. People are saying, hey Randy, what about Wi-Fi, internet? Talked to a neighbor down here. They use Starlink. Starlink seems to be doing pretty good for them. Is there a cable company that runs cable out here and got a tower? No, we're on our own. So if you want Wi-Fi, it's up to you to get your own Wi-Fi out here. And I purchased Starlink actually to bring out here for myself. Well, the question, I wanted to tell you, now this is an off-grid community, 100% off-grid. You'll have your own solar, your own compost toilet, your gray water, and drinking water, all right? So on the land, we do have water rights, and it's included in the property, which is an awesome deal. It has a well. This contract is contingent on that well. We want to make sure the well is ready to go. If we have to drill a new well for some reason, we will, but we've already purchased water rights. That's awesome, right? So we'll provide water. You will have to, what I want to do is have our well, and I want to have a big old tower. And I think I said this on another video. I want like an old Petticoat Junction tower, and the water's up there in a big wooden thing, and then it's gravity fed, and you can fill your water jug and fill your house. You will be transporting your water to your house. Now, if we can get an old water truck and stuff like that, and people want to participate and we keep it running, that's great. This is just $200 a month out here forever. I'm gonna purchase the land, I'm gonna develop the land, I'm gonna put it together. I'm thinking right now I'm gonna bring 4, maybe 6 20-foot Incrediboxes boxes out here and connect them all together. So you know how they slope, right? They slope, the other one slopes like this. We're gonna put them back together so they slope down, slope down, slope down. I'm gonna remove the majority of the interior walls on the inside after we get them out here. We're gonna truck them across the country, put them together, and that's gonna be our meeting hall that we'll have, that you'll be able to have a place to congregate. Also, I wanna put 2 of them together, right? And maybe we'll add 2 of those as we go as a general store on this 15 acres. And it's gonna be a cooperative store. It's gonna be one that you guys will participate in. We'll fill it full of groceries, add full of, and then as the money we get back from it, we'll just replace it. You gotta have a little bit of money for people, pay somebody to go get that groceries or have it delivered, whatever it is, but it's not for profit. It's just so you guys can have some fridges in there, some coolers, and have some staples that you don't have to run to the store to get. And we'll fill it for whatever you guys want. So it'll be your all store right here in this desert. Well, also, I wanna put a clinic out here. I wanna see if we can find some people that are practitioners, nurses, people in the medical field, and we'll just fill it. If somebody gets hurt, somebody gets stabbed or whatever cut that we can kind of fix minorly right here. I want us to have something like that too. Somebody said, hey, I'm not feeling good. I got my blood pressure, I feel dizzy or whatever it is. At least you know that there's something on this property that you can go to feel safe and get somebody's advice, all right? We're gonna be a little bit self-contained. So we got our own water, you got your own power, your compost. We're gonna have a composting area just for composting. It'll be fenced off. That way it's in an area that's not seen, and it's gonna be taken care of, because there's gonna be a lot of composting, right? And we're gonna make sure, and it's dry weather is perfect for it. It's not gonna have moisture in it. It's gonna dry out because of the heat that you have here in the summer. I'm excited about it. We're gonna use that compost after it's matured and it's done right. We can use it back inside of our community. Now the gray water issue, is right now, and this contract is really contingent on our gray. So right now we're looking at Arizona. We can dump gray water on the ground. Here we'd love to put the gray water into our trees and shrubs and plants and flowers. It doesn't go on edible plants, but it does go on trees and shrubs. I want to turn in this land into an oasis. I want palm trees, I want banana trees, I want desert trees. I want it to be as green as it can be. I'm so excited about this desert. I've got, you guys know I've had Scott on here, local guy from Las Vegas. He builds tiny homes and he's been here for years, and 8 months out of the year, this place is just beautiful weather. It gets hot June through, what is it, September? And that's pretty much, you know, in the South, we're about the same way. This is probably, it's a different type of heat. I have not experienced this. I've been in Phoenix a little bit and experienced that heat in the summer. And yeah, it's hot. I'm looking, old Al down here and some other guys, people lived here all the time. So anyway, it's the way it is. I may try to get some higher elevation property so we can run off in the summertime too. And that's what we're gonna do in the future. All right, so a couple things I wanted to let you know, just to emphasize. If you're interested in this property, I'm gonna be making an offer on this tomorrow. We're gonna go through with this. Even if I just get a few people, we're gonna make an offer, gonna go. So whatever we gotta do, if the well, I know it's contingent on the well, it's contingent on the sewer, but I'm gonna do it anyway. We're gonna make this happen. We can probably, if you wanna know the number of lots, don't worry about it. I don't know how many, when I calculated 60 by 60 lots, we can get 180 homes out here. I want a community. I don't want just put 4 or 5 people out here. That's not what this is about. When you come out here in this environment, I want it to be where people are helping each other. We got our own place. We got our own garden. You're gonna have enough room on these lots to have your own garden, your own tree, your own oasis. I went into Mexico and I've got a video up for it. I'm gonna show you guys. It was the most beautiful oasis that these people created. Now they did it on 2 acres, right? And it was way too big. They had probably, I don't know, 12 structures on there, and they rented them out and all, and it took them 30 years to build this. Think about it, you got your little square and you got palm trees all over it, and you got flowers and raised beds, and you got your gray water feeding all that, right? It's just exciting what we can do here in this desert and turn this into just a beautiful place. So I'm gonna go ahead with this property and we're gonna make this community work. If you want to be on this property and you want to be off grid and you've got the resilience and the fortitude to live off grid, this is a place where you're gonna have to go to your neighbor and say, hey, I got confused about how my solar battery works, or I got to get up on my roof and I got to clean my panels or something like that. I just want you to know, this is not just, you're going to just wake up in the morning and you don't have to think about your water consumption. You're always going to have to worry or think and be cognitive about your water consumption when you live here. It's just the way it is. We're living off grid. So if you want a bigger tank, get a bigger tank. We're gonna furnish a 100-gallon tank. We may get a different one, but it'll be set outside. And then there's some of the little things that we'll get back to you about living here. But I just want to tell you, this is gonna happen. We've already gotten over 140 emails about this property. People don't know, we don't know how popular this is gonna be. The reason I did this is when I was in Quartzsite and some other places, I've been bombarded with people wanting to live off grid. I've been bombarded with people said, Randy, you need a community in the desert. And I always thought, man, the desert has no water, it's too hot, nobody wants to come here, there's nothing around here. Well, when I come here and I spent some days and I really thought about, hey, how would my mom want to live here, right? How would a lady like Amanda and the girls or whatever, how would they want to live here? What do they need? Well, Pahrump is just 25 minutes down the road. You got doctors, you got a grocery store, you got Home Depot, you got that stuff. Think about this. Just over that white mountain right there is Las Vegas. Hour and 16 minutes away. Think about that. The Bellagio, right? Caesar's Palace, beautiful restaurants, concerts, and less than an hour and a half away. And you heard how quiet this video was when I started it. Nothing. And then you can see the Milky Way. Come on, this is so cool. Now, there's another town over here called Amargosa. Amargosa, I believe. And I haven't been there yet, and I'm gonna go look at that too. This is just a unique, it is not Tennessee, and I fall in love with this desert. We do have the ability now with that Starlink that we can have internet service. Take it for what it's worth. I don't know nothing about it. I've ordered a Starlink for myself. I haven't used it yet. It's coming in. People may not like it, they'll like it. This is it. It's Wi-Fi, I'm using it. This is self-sufficient. The reason we're able to make this thing happen is because we don't have to put water, power, and sewer utilities and roads and nothing. All I can do is park your house. Literally, park your house. I'll put some roads and stuff in here and it's done. I'm gonna fence it off. I'm gonna do landscaping. And that gets me to my last point of this community. All right, if we get 20 people, I can do certain things. As you guys know, the more people that we have, that generates more money for us that I can add to this property. Remember I said I wanted 4 or 6 Incrediboxes put together so we could put a general store or a congregating hall. Like we'll cut them all out, windows and glass, and then you guys can. I can't do that just with 20 people. I can do part of that with 50 people. I can do it all with 100 people. So we're gonna add amenities as we get people interested in doing this. I hope that we get 100 people done and we can say, bam, I'm putting palm trees, I'm putting this in here, I'm putting the clinic, I'm putting the general store, we're putting the hall in here. This is it, everybody. And I don't know if you really, this is not a con. I've done it 5 times back in Tennessee. This is the real deal. I'm standing here, right? This is the dirt we're gonna buy it. And if you wanna sit there and think about, I wanna do this, but I don't think he's gonna pull it off, well, you can sit there and in about 6 months, you're gonna see a bunch of homes here and I'm gonna have me a home sitting here, all right? So, I just wanna let you know, you gotta have the financing to do this. You gotta have the money in the bank. You gotta have somehow to make this happen. I know if you get excited, hey, I want in. Listen, we're looking for serious inquiries because this is gonna happen. This is not some flu thing that you're watching and I'm doing some Netflix show that you can just forget about. No, this is real deal, real lives, real things happening. We're gonna be ordering materials. And the last thing is about delivery. People are saying, well, how do I get my home out there? What's the cost to get it set up? We're gonna put all that together. We're gonna put delivery, setup, and tying it down to the ground. We're gonna strap these houses down. There is some wind that comes out here periodically. It's a different environment. You can see how big and open it is. That wind's gonna kick in here every once in a while. So, delivery, setup, tying it down, and we're gonna get you. Now, underskirting it, that's gonna be up to you. Skirting it, all that stuff. We're gonna make sure you can get in, get you set up. Also, the solar is gonna have a different solar. It's not gonna be like our regular package. And this solar package that we're gonna put on these are only for this project, all right? It's not a separate solar package that I'm putting a price on it and letting everybody have it. I'm putting a Mac Daddy solar system on this. We're adding more panels. We're adding a better charge controller and an inverter. Like I said, I may even put a larger water tank than the 100 water tank, all right? We may buy a 250 to 500 gallon water tank. It'll be separate and hooked up after it gets here. This is a real deal, and you're gonna have enough water, power, and compost toilet ready to go, right? When it comes to your gray water system, that's something that we're gonna look into, and I want it to be a community effort. So let's say when you flush your sinks and your showers, and there's gray water coming out, you can't just dump it right here on the ground. So there are all kinds of gray water systems, and we're gonna want vegetation, right? We want trees and shrubs, and we want it to be pretty and green. So what we're gonna do is it'll come out, and there's all kinds of ways of doing this, but this land is so sandy and just so fertile when you water it, that we're gonna come out and we're gonna have a pipe come out, and it'll disperse that water away from the house under the ground. And so when it goes out, it'll be feeding a certain area for vegetation. So how are we gonna do that? I'm thinking about what we'll do is we'll work together to that on a community, right? So if we get 5 or 6 homes, we're gonna get a ditch digger out here. You're gonna walk behind, you're gonna put your own ditch in, you're gonna put the pipe in there, and we're gonna do that together. That's something we can't do because my guys are at the shop and we build homes. We don't put water systems in. You do that yourself. And that way you can put where you want to plant your trees. So wherever you put that gray water is where you're gonna plant your shrubs and your trees and flowers and stuff, and make your home, your little oasis right there is where you're gonna have your gray water. You can separate it and divide it and read into it. That's a part about living off grid. You gotta think about this, right? Got to think about when I dump my my compost toilet, I got to physically unscrew that compost toilet, and I got to carry it outside, and I got to take it somewhere. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a compost bin somewhere, but you got to physically do that or hire somebody to do that. So I'm telling you, if you can't bend over and if you're not able to do that kind of stuff, you may be thinking about maybe not living here, all right? But if you do want to come here and you got a friend that's going to live next door to you and you guys want to do this, I think it's an amazing place. I love the feeling of just quiet. That land is BLM land, Bureau Land Management. That land is the United States land. It's supposed to be our land. And it'll be like that forever. There's nobody ever going to have anything out there. If you want a side-by-side, a four-wheel drive, or if you want a horse, that you can go all the way to those mountains, up on top of those mountains, you can camp out on those mountains. Isn't that awesome? This is like it's like almost we own this land. We connect to it, we border it, and we can walk right out there like we own the property. The only thing we can't do is go out there and build our house. But by golly, we can go out there and enjoy it, can't we? Is that not amazing? Even those mountains, that's BLM land. You can hike all the way to the top of those mountains if you want. I just think it's amazing that this is in the backyard of this property. Come on. All right. I hope this just lights you up. And if it's not for you, it's for somebody you might know that's been thinking about this. Great for a B&B property. I don't care. Have Airbnb here. That'd be wonderful. People need to experience this off-grid. There's a lot of other things that I could explain to you or entice you to want to buy this place with the economy and the world and all this stuff, but I'm not going to go there. I don't have to go there. I don't know enough about all that stuff. I just know that there's something that I found beautiful about this when I came out here. And to think that I could have a absolute self-contained home that if I wanted to run from wherever I was at and I could come here and just turn on the lights and have water and I'm home in my little oasis that in the desert. I don't know. It's really struck a chord in me. And when I tell you the address, reason is I want to close this deal. This is a hot item. And after I close the deal, I'll tell you exactly where it's at. You can ping it, we can do it, but it's in Crystal. It's in Crystal, Nevada. So think about it, see what you think. You guys know we've done this quite a bit in the past. So this is nothing new, and we have a reputation of coming through with what we've done. So take any tiny home that we have built, has to be our tiny home that goes on this property, all right? It can't be a tiny home that you already own. It's got to be a new tiny home. That's how we make money. I want to fill this with our new tiny homes. Don't bring a home from back in Tennessee or when you got on your property. I'm not selling lots. I'm selling the house that comes with the lot, that comes with the setup, it comes with the delivery, all right? This is a home that we want to build new because we need to build more homes. I buy land so the guys back home have homes to build. I'm not in this to sell, to get lots, all right? So when you come here, you're not buying a lot, you're not doing anything. This is going to be a tract of land that we own, and we provide you with all the infrastructure and all the stores and the clinic and everything we're going to do for $200 a month. And we're building this community. It's taken me 8-9 years to build a reputation, to do this over and over, millions of dollars back home, to show the world and you and us and everybody that we were able to successfully pull this off. You know how many people that I've had come to me and say, Randy, how did you come up with this idea of buying land, developing property, and not have a dime? It's having nothing. It's having nothing to work with. It's coming up to do something with nothing, right? You all, if you've been watching this show, you know how I do it. And it's been amazing. I can't do it without you all, and we're all in this together, right? So you help me, I help you, we're in it. There you go, everybody. I'm gonna let you go. This is an update on the Crystal property in Nevada. If you want this is a $10,000 deposit right now. We'll be getting, if you want that, we'll be getting to you about the package deal of the delivery and setup, the house you want, the off-grid, the size water tank. All that's gonna be coming together in the next couple days. If you guys want a house, it's $10,000 deposit. We're taking offers right now. I've got an offer going on this land. I'm gonna get the land no matter what. It's just a beautiful place. So if there's gonna be 3 people or 100 people, it's gonna come down. So thank you guys, appreciate it. Come see us in Tennessee, 850 Industrial Road. If you wanna see what we are, who we are, and what we do, make sure that I got blood coming out of my veins and I'm the real deal. I don't care to tell you anything and everything and show you the good, bad, and ugly. All right, everybody, have a great day, and we're gonna take a walk. See ya.